Thanks for staying tuned. Seplat Petroleum Development Company, a leading independent and indigenous oil and gas company in Nigeria, says it is building a multi-million-dollar gas processing plant in the oil-producing local government area of Haji Egbema in Imo State. The company disclosed this during its visit to the Imo State Governor Emeka Ihedioha at the Government House in Owerri, the Imo State capital. The chairman of Seplat, Brand Ojako, says as a company that develops and commercializes gas, the trickle effect of the project in Imo State will transform the state in all spheres.
The oil-producing town of Ohaji Egbema in Imo State, southeast Nigeria, is playing host to special visitors. The leadership and management team of Seplat Petroleum Development Company are here to meet with stakeholders in the community where the company runs its downstream and upstream business. The Palace of the King is the venue of this meeting, and the chairman of Seplat breaks down the benefits of doing business with the company.
When we go to any community, first of all, we get to know the people very well. And once we know them, it is been the case that the oil companies would come pay tokens and handouts to youths and all of that. That is not what we do.
The team then proceeds to the Government House in Owerri to meet with the Executive Governor, Emeka Ihedioha. Seplat's achievements are reeled out by the chairman, but there seems to be something behind this. And soon enough, the announcement is made.
Early this year, you may have seen that we've taken a first investment decision to invest $700 million in the annual project, phase 1, which is a scalable project. This project is going to be in Imo State.
Seplat's Chief Executive Officer buttresses the importance of the project to Imo State.
We will build trust with your government. We will not come to disturb you. You'll probably not see us again. You have no reason to. Your key cabinet personnel will monitor the things we're doing. We'll report back to you.
The governor is impressed with the pitch and promises support for the success of the project.
When you make money from our communities, you have a responsibility to those communities to ensure that you continue to make more money, and in the course of it also further the development of our states.
Hopefully, the partnership of all concerned will make the multi-million-dollar gas plant project successful and ultimately boost the economy of Imo State.
The Bank of Industry has earmarked a total of 2.4 billion naira to assist 100,000 owners of small businesses affected by insurgency in the Northeast. The chairman of the Bank of Industry, Alhaji Aliu Diko, explains that the intervention has become necessary owing to a downturn in the economies of states within the region. He was speaking at the launch of the intervention program in Abuja, where he said that the bank is expected to boost businesses in the area, provide jobs, and reduce poverty.
According to the United Nations, over 15 million people have been affected by insurgency in the Northeast since 2009, while 27,000 persons are recorded to have died within the period. 1.8 million others have been displaced, with women, children, and youths constituting 80% of those affected.
So I'm now going to proceed.
Officials of the Bank of Industry are leading a multilateral initiative which seeks to ameliorate the plight of persons in the region.
The Bank of Industry has embarked on an economic revival plan for the Northeast region. Our objective is to stem the spread of poverty and reduce the reliance of the indigenes on humanitarian aid. In the last 4 years, the bank has provided financial support amounting to 678 billion naira, an equivalent of about $2.4 billion, to over 2 million enterprises in the country, creating over 5 million jobs.
Part of the plan is to disburse 2.4 billion naira to small businesses in that region.
The key to revitalizing the Northeast lies in restoring means of livelihood as well as boosting economic activities and access to microcredit SME loans, and thus renewing a sense of self-sufficiency that makes them less likely to be used as tools of insurgency.
In the last 2 months, 3 months, we have been able to enumerate and enlist more than 100,000 beneficiaries. And so those beneficiaries are going to be qualified, and some of them, in fact, I think all of them, have been qualified to receive microloans of 10,000 naira each.
In the last 2 months, 3,500 persons have received funding for their businesses from the initiative. More are expected to get theirs in the coming days.
Time for the business news of the day, and here is Bisi Adebayo.
You First. First Bank.
Welcome to Business News. The Central Bank has issued a revised prudential guideline to commercial, merchant and non-interest banks as part of efforts to ensure a healthy financial market. In a circular to banks, the regulator notes that the revision stems from changes in foreign exchange, liquidity issues, uptake, non-performing loans, as well as competition from fintechs. Affected areas sections in the guidelines include risk management, corporate governance, loan loss provisioning, and anti-money laundering measures. With the exposure draft now in circulation, the CBN looks forward to feedbacks by September the 20th, 2019, as the guideline is expected to take effect from January the 1st, 2020. The federal government has promised to expand the second phase of its empowerment scheme tagged Trader Money and Market Money to empower more petty traders. This was revealed by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, at the launch of the second phase at Kefi and Masaka markets in Nasarawa State. The expansion, according to him, is prompted by the success recorded in the first phase, where about 2 million traders benefited.
Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State, alongside other top government functionaries, received Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo and his entourage in Kefi local government area. After paying homage to the Emir of Kefi, Shehu Chindoya Musa III, they moved to the Kefi markets to launch the second phase of the federal government's social investment program, the Trader and Market Money. He assures plans are on the way to empower more traders this time.
He has said that we must extend the market money and the trader money to more people in every state. So we have only just started. More and more of us who are here, more and more of the traders will get the market money and will get the trader money.
Big thank you to the
Beneficiaries showered encomiums on the government for the gesture.
It's a welcome one, and if they can step it up, it will be very good for the young people.
When they told me that the money was in my account, I was very happy, and I used that market money very well because I was expecting loan, but when I see this loan, there's no interest. I was very happy.
Governor Abdullahi Sule corroborates their disposition.
The people of Nasarawa State who benefited in one way or the other to this program, let me thank you for creating the time to come to Nasarawa State to show and ensure that this program is going effectively.
In the first phase, 28,000 traders benefited under the Trader Money scheme, while over 4,000 benefited from the market money in the state. The Bank of Industry promises to be more aggressive in the second phase.
But for this second phase, we're going to be doing more than double that. So you must have heard numbers like 10 million beneficiaries, 5 million beneficiaries. So all I can say is that it's going to be very aggressive.
2.2 million traders across the country benefited from the interest-free loan in the first phase. The government's target is to empower more micro and small-scale businesses to boost economic prosperity.
Let's turn to Nigeria's stock market now, with managed a 0.02% gain today, thanks to a mild last-minute price recovery by key bellwether equities. Here's Layo Adegoke with a summary of today's trading.
Thank you for joining us on the Stock Market Report. A mild last-minute price recovery by key bellwether equities helped the stock market to soft land at 0.02% at the close of midweek trading session. The market managed to eke out 2 billion naira gain in value following marginal rebound in the shares of MTN Nigeria, Dangote Cement and Forte Oil. This comes after intense profit-taking hit key components of the banking sector as well as the consumer goods counter. The shares of John Holt, Continental Reinsurance and Cornerstone shared the top position among 13 gainers with 10% increase, while Honeywell led 12 other losers, down by 7.41%. Meantime, Transcorp maintains its lead on the top trades list after contributing about 39 million units to a total of 130.37 million shares traded today. Well, that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Layo Adegoke.
Thanks, Layo. Meanwhile, a gauge of equities worldwide shared early losses today as Wall Street stocks rose despite looming recession jitters. Let's see the rest of today's numbers. And that's it on Business News. Thank you for watching IMBC Adebayo.
And still to come on the news at 10, controversy trails the Queen's approval of Prime Minister Johnson's request for suspension of the UK Parliament from mid-September, a few weeks before the Brexit deadline. That will be on Around the World in 5, plus sports news.